Hello, my name is John, and today on Mono Story we're going to be talking about Chihiro and the Malediction. So let's get into it and find out what it's all about.
You underestimate my power!
Don't try it!
Before we begin today's video, I'd just like to say thank you very much to the community for watching my video on the Seitei War. It got over 1,000 views and nearly has 100 likes, so I'm very grateful to the community, and because of your responses in the comments, I'm able to make this theory. Now, for this theory to work, there must be two factors that we need to consider, and the first being is that Kuneshige is Chihiro's dad, and we have relevancy and knowledge of this because when Akamura Soga was released from his prison or jail cell, he stated that Kuneshige was his brother-in-law, therefore making Kuneshige related to Akamura Soga through marriage, which means that Kuneshige's wife, Akamura's sister, is a part of the Soga clan. However, we do not have a 100% proof that there is someone that we know right now that is Kuneshige's wife or Chihiro's mum. So for this to work, we're going to use Chiaki as that person. That is the closest evidence we have to a female that is a part of the Soga clan that potentially will meet with Kuneshige in the future. Now, in relation to the Seitei War video that I made, one of the comments stated the birth of Chihiro, and I will read the exact quote from this individual. It will, however, have some grammatical errors, but it still has the correct idea. The answer to your question about Rokuhira and his wife, we know the war was about a year and change, 5 months to be exact, and the enchanted blade users wielded the blades for also a year and a half. Now, for the age of Chihiro, when his dad got killed, it was 14, and it was stated in a flashback when he was 14, the war ended 15 years ago, not 14. So we can assume that Chihiro after the war, but we don't know exactly when. Now, of course, there were some grammatical errors and issues with that statement, but still the information is very good, stating that Chihiro was born after the war because his age is different to when the war had ended. Now, I was not skeptical, but I wanted to know the exact evidence for this, and he stated it was in the flashback. So I went digging into volume 1 of Kagurabachi, and in chapter 1 it is mentioned these two statements. So I now have the manga with me right now, and on page 20 we first get reference to the length of the Seitei War. And so it says in Japanese, 15年前のSeitei Senso de. This directly translates to the Seitei War was 15 years ago. However, on the next page, page 22, we have the statement where we get the reference of Chihiro's age. So it says again in Japanese, お前ももう15歳になる. And this translates to, you're already going to be 15. Which means that Chihiro has not yet turned 15, implying that the statement made by the commenter in the comments is correct. Now, the importance of the connection to Chihiro's birth and the Seitei War is that he must have been made 9 months before the birth, which means during the Seitei War, Kuneshige, and in this case we're going to assume it's Chiaki, will meet somewhere in a situation where they fall in love and they will actually make Chihiro. And the reason this is important is because we will now hopefully see that during the Seitei War arc, them meeting. It should be around 3 to 6 months, roughly, if the war goes on for a year and Chihiro was born after the war. But the more important information that we need to know is that that means that other than Akamura Soga, another Soga clan member must have survived after the war if Chihiro was born after the war, specifically Chihiro's mother. So how does Chihiro's birth now tell us when the malediction did occur? And so we have an idea that after the war the malediction did occur, and there's roughly two general reasons for this. The first one being the treaty. If the Mikoboshi clan was not around, then who would be signing the treaty telling the country of Japan that there's an armistice in the war and that the people from the Mikoboshi clan can now go to Japan and live a life like a normal Japanese person would? And the other is Akamura Soga's interpretation of the Mikoboshi clan and how they were living in Japan, going to schools, and how he didn't like them. because of their bloodline. However, this is very weak evidence because we are unsure if that can be used as a marker to say the Mikaboshi clan was still existing till the Malediction. However, due to Chihiro's birth, we know that Akamura Soga said to Chihiro specifically when he was fighting him and Samura that he remembers him when he was a certain size and height. This would imply that if Chihiro was born after the war, then the Malediction wouldn't have happened, because if the Malediction did happen during or to completely finish the war, then Akamura Soga would not have seen Chihiro because he would have been sent to his jail cell and Magatsumi would have been put in its box and sealed away, being unable to be touched by anybody else. And this is also the case because we know that when another person holds Magatsumi, Akamura Soga is able to see whatever they are seeing or whatever their memories are. So this gives us now more evidence that Akamura Soga completed the Malediction after the war, which means that the Mikaboshi clan, or their other name known as the Shokokas, would be able to live freely in the country of Japan, meaning that people would be intermingling and people would be living with each other and getting to know each other, which is why people were against the Malediction, because they had learned who the Mikaboshi clan was and these people in their lives, and they realized that they were just the same, if not similar, and they had this frustration with Akamura Soga because there might have been people in their lives that have now been lost due to the Malediction. However, we have to find out why the Malediction happened and how it happened, because we know Akamura Soga used his sword Magatsumi on the island. However, we don't know the reason Akamura Soga would complete such a heinous act on these people, and we don't know how every single Mikaboshi clan member was somehow on the Shokoka Island so that Magatsumi could delete them immediately. So now we have an understanding of not only Chihiro's birth, but a better, clear idea of when the Malediction did occur, and it is quite fascinating to think that there might potentially be another Soga clan member, specifically Chihiro's mum, somewhere out there in Japan, either hiding or training or something along those lines, to come back and maybe deal with Akamura Soga or come find Chihiro. There's so many different options. Maybe that person has already been deleted. We're not sure yet. So that idea is now a potential possibility due to this information. So I want to thank the individual who made the comment. Unfortunately, I can't read your name. I don't know what language it's in, but thank you for making that comment because it has now opened the idea to this potential theory being a reality. I would also like to do a service for our recently lost characters in the Seitei War mini arc Irishima Island Talks, where we saw our 3 new characters, Mashiro Shuji, Yoshinojo Soga and Hiroto Soga, as they have now officially been deleted by Aryu Mikaboshi. And so I just want to show some condolences to these beautiful characters that gave us an epic 3-chapter story. Unfortunately, they have been deleted in chapter 121. However, I want to hear what you think about this theory. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it insane? So please tell me in the comment section below. My name is John from Mono Story. If you haven't already liked, subscribed and pressed the bell button, please do so. If you want to watch another video, click up above. If not, until next time, I will see you on another Mono Story.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
It's treason, then.